Here it is. It is our jerk fish taco with mango and cucumber salsa on it. It's freaking amazing. Oh my god. It's freaking badass. That's so good. It's so amazing. Here is the kit for our jerk grilled fish tacos. All right, so here we go. We got our barramundi. We got a lime, an onion, a mango, cucumber, some cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can use mint or basil. I got some Lucky Cajun water jerk to season our fish with, and I'm going to use a little voodoo in our salsa that we're going to make. We also got our flour tortillas. You could use corn, you use whatever, and a little oil here to grease up our fish and our tortillas when we grill them up. All right, let's get into it. So first we're just going to season our fish, and then we're going to cut and make the salsa. You want the fish to kind of marinate a little bit. So we got our, I'm just going to sprinkle it on. But we're looking at like, maybe like a teaspoon per 4 ounces of fish. Yes, I'm going to use my hands, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to wash them. Because that's what people do. People act like you can't wash your hands anymore because it's infected. Your skin gets infected with the weirdness from the fish. But it doesn't. We're just going to do that. There we go. We're going to put a little oil on. And we're going to rub it in. We're going to rub that oil in. And we want this to kind of marinate and get delicious and funky and get it all together. All right, so we're not trying to make it perfect. Remember, there's no perfect. But you want to let this sit and you want to let this marinate. So let this go for, maybe an hour or so. All right, awesome. So we're going to cut up the less messy stuff first. That would be the cilantro. Now, you don't have to make this perfect. It's not, that's it. Look how easy that is. Let me get through another time. Once again, if you don't like cilantro, you think it tastes like soap. There. I used to think it tasted like soap. So I changed. I don't know why that is, but I changed. Then we're going to zest our lime in there because there's a lot of good flavor in the lime. Okay, so just go like that. And we're going to try to whoosh it down. This way when we juice it, it'll come out easier. Limes can tend to be a little tough occasionally. And then we'll get a little fork and squeeze that juice up in there. So I'm going to do about half of this burpless cucumber. Right. And there might be a little seed in there, but it's not like super seedy. That's why I like this. So also the skin is nice and tender, so you don't have to like peel it. Uh-oh. I probably should put a towel under here, huh? So, yeah, like so. So we're not going to have any more clanging. I got a towel under our little thing. I'm going to cut the tips off of the top and bottom off the onion. I'm only going to do like half a small onion, so we're going to discard this. Make sure you keep the skins because you can always use that to make your stock later. We're going to talk about stock one day. We're going to make a stock video. And then, let's do it like this. You can do it however you want, but this is how I do it. So next slices, and then we're going to dice it up like that. And maybe it does fall apart, but guess what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about being perfect, it's about being delicious. So this is how we cut a mango. And everybody's going, how do you do that? I always get confused. Don't get confused. So see how it's kind of got like a little tip here? The seed is right around in here. And so you're going to cut off each side pretty much. But to get the maximum meat off, you do it like this. You go around the tip of the seed. Right? So you got around the tip of the seed. That's nice. Then you're going to go up in the, you're going to run the top of the knife. The tip of the knife is going to be pushed down onto the seed. So that way you're getting maximum flesh off. So look at that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And be careful. I mean, you can cut yourself doing this, but I've done it so many times, I'm not going to cut myself. All right, so look, and then you cut those off. You cut your little pieces off, you know, but most of it's gone. So put those up there. Then we'll pull that because that's not looking too hot. Squeeze the juice of the mango into your salsa because you don't want to waste any flavor here, right? No, we don't. Because that would be lame. Wasting flavor is lame. Alright, so then you go, well, how do I get it off the skin? Well, I'll show you. We're going to make 3 little cuts. Like so. Alright, and then look, what's about to happen? You're going to peel it off. What? Yeah, look at that. Peeled right off. There's little corners like this. You might need, when they're a little rounded, little curved, you know, pieces, you might need to go in with the tip because just running it flat across might not work. But yeah, just peel it right off. There. And then just dice it up. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's going in a taco. If you're going to fuss about it too much, you might be in the wrong game. Might not need to be in the taco game. I'm going to put a little voodoo seasoning in there. It's a little poop. Like a little half a teaspoon or something. Yeah. And then mix that sucker up. And the lemon juice and the onion and the cucumber and the cilantro and the sweet tartness of the mango are all going to come together. The lemon or lime zest. It's going to be awesome. So it's going to be the perfect foil to that rich, spicy, smoky fish in our little toasted tortillas. So there's that. And then we're going to do these. We're going to put a little oil on these so that way when we grill them, they don't stick. You only really need to do one side because once you grill one side, there's a little oil left over. That's enough to keep it from doing the other side. You don't want to do too crazy, but you know, you don't want them to stick on the grill. This helps. All right. So there's those. So I don't have a bunch of coals in there because I don't need a bunch of coals for the fish because it's going to cook really quick. But I put a little, you know, chunk of barrel aged whiskey barrel in there to give it a little extra flavor. So we're just going to let that go a little bit, create a little smoke. It's going to add extra flavor to our fish. So we're going to also season the grill. We're going to put a little oil on the grill. Make sure you use a silicone brush. That way it doesn't, you know, burn up the bristles. You know, you use plastic, sometimes it can be. But this way this grill's nice and seasoned when we put the fish on. Barramundi is a really meaty, fleshy fish, so it's gonna go in there quite nicely. And we're gonna close this sucker up and let it set. We're gonna let that first side set, and this fish is gonna come off super easy because we have a hot grill, a seasoned grill, and this well-seasoned fish that have been oiled. Check it out. Hot grill. You just flip the fish right over. Look at that. It just does it. You don't need to be freaking out and get your fish stuck on there. We're just gonna flip this right over. Like that. There it is. There's our jerk fish. Not sticking because we got heavily oiled grates, heavily oiled fish. It wasn't wet. You gotta pat it off and dry it. Make sure you got hot coals in there and you're cooking over hot. Hot, 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 hot. We're gonna put our tortillas on there, oiled side down. Okay, I'm just gonna let them sit. We might close it up for a second. I'm gonna get our tortilla, put a little fish on it. Like so, make sure you fill it up. You don't want to overpack your tortilla because that's how you make funky tacos that just fall apart. But tacos are fun to fall apart. And then that's it. Toasted tortilla, jerk fish, mango cucumber salsa. Tacos. Yummy, yummy, yummy.